think anyone who tries to remake an Arnold Schwarzenegger classic deserves this. Just saying. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Film Review, episode number 87, and the film I'm going to be reviewing for you guys today is Total Recall. Total Recall is directed by Len Wiseman, whose previous films include the Underworld franchise and Live Free or Die Hard, and it stars Colin Farrell, Kate Beckinsale, Jessica Biel, and Bryan Cranston. The story follows Douglas Quaid, a worker living in the future whose life hasn't been great, and one day he decides to visit a place called Recall that gives its customers memories of whatever they want. But something goes wrong while he's at Recall, and the rest of the film involves the aftermath of the situation. Total Recall is a film that I initially had written off because I absolutely love the original with Arnold Schwarzenegger, but the trailers made it look somewhat decent, and coincidentally, that's exactly how the film turned out. Not as bad as I thought, but nothing remarkable. The acting is pretty solid in general. Colin Farrell, I think, makes for a pretty compelling leading man as Douglas Quaid. I mean, he's not trying to impersonate Arnold's campy charm here, but he brings enough vulnerability to the role to really make it work. Kate Beckinsale does a great job as Lori, the double agent who turns on John. She's very dangerous and threatening, and I think this is actually one of the aspects in the movie that actually improves in the original. I mean, no offense, Sharon Stone. Jessica Biel is also pretty good as Melina, bringing a physicality and a charisma to the role that I think works. And Bryan Cranston does a terrific job as the villain Cohagen, even though he needed a lot more screen time. I mean, come on, we're talking about Walter White here. I also think the production design and visual effects are well done, and while the action is not terribly memorable, it is pretty well shot and it works for the most part. I guess my problem with this remake is that it doesn't really have anything new or interesting to say or bring to this story. The script has some poor dialogue and limited character development, and elements of the design in the world here just feel lifted from superior sci-fi films like Blade Runner and Minority Report. This wasn't a very necessary remake to begin with. I mean, the original did such a great job of combining humor, action, and violence to create a really unique film. This film just feels like it borrows from a lot better films from the genre. Ultimately, I'm going to give Total Recall a B-. I was never bored watching this, and it was slightly entertaining, but what was the point of remaking this? Let's just leave the classics alone, shall we? So that's it for this review. My next review will probably be up next weekend when I review The Bourne Legacy, the continuation in the action franchise. And if you like this review, hit that subscribe button up there so you can get more reviews from me. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the other side.